There's literally someone outside my window right now painting our fire hydrant. Just sitting on the ground, painting it away. Who gave them that job? Why won't you love me? Why won't you love me? Hello everyone and welcome back. I am back after like a year of not making any videos. School, work, all of it. So today's video is going to be all about fake tanning and how to use fake tan, especially when you're very fair like I am naturally. I know it can be a super scary thing to do, and I have had many orange arms and orange fingers, and the other day I had like a wavy line going on here. So hopefully this video will give you some tips on how to avoid all of those things, and I will let you know on my tried and true techniques, and you can end up looking evenly tan and not streaky and letting everyone know that you fake baked the night before. All right. So number one, the first thing I recommend doing is exfoliating your skin when you're in the shower. So you can do that by buying like a body scrub. I know Jergens has one that's specifically made for before fake tanning. And what you do is when you're in the shower, you just run it all over your arms and your legs and anywhere that you're going to apply the tan. And what that will do is just get rid of any dead skin or any rough patches you might have. I tend to get them here and here on my arms. And what those do, if you don't get rid of them, is they will build up product. So as you're applying the fake tan later on, it will catch on those rough patches and those dry skin, and it won't apply evenly, and that's when you'll get some parts that are slightly more tan than others, or you run the risk of having like little orange spots on your hands and like your elbows. So the best thing to do, first thing, is exfoliate. You can also use one of those bath puffs, like the little netted ones. Those are also wonderful. If you already have one already, you don't have to go out and buy like a new exfoliant or even like a face scrub. The St. Ives apricot one works really well. Just use the bath fluffy thing, technical term for it, and that should keep your skin like not rough and more smooth and ready to apply your fake tan. So I find the best time to apply it is right after you get out of the shower, and what I do is I start with my arms and then I work my way down my body to my legs. That way, once you put your housecoat back on or your towel, you're not going to get the product onto that, and it won't become patchy because some of it has rubbed off onto your clothing. I wouldn't recommend putting clothes on right away. The best thing to do is probably wait about 5 minutes. But if you start with your arms and you work your way down, once you put like a robe on or just wrap your towel around you, that part of you is mostly going to be dry, so you don't have to worry about it streaking or coming off on your clothing. So I like to do this at night, so I prefer to shower at night and then put on my fake tan. That way you can kind of walk around your house in your robe, and once it'll like develop as you're sleeping, and you don't really have to worry about it getting on your like daytime clothes. And when you wake up in the morning, you'll be able to see how your tan has developed. So you'll be able to see if you have streaks or if it's more tan in one area and less tan in the other. I find if you're letting it develop throughout the day, then things kind of become more of a surprise, and you're washing your hands more, and you run the risk of having like white hands and different like densities, I want to say, I guess intensity would be the word, of tan on your body depending on what clothes you're wearing. And then what I recommend doing is the next morning is moisturizing your skin. So if you moisturize every single day, what it will do is it will prolong your tan and make it appear fresher, and it won't fade as much, and then it also avoids it becoming patchy. I always tend to get very patchy like in like my chest area, and you'll start to see little parts that clearly have fake tan and others that don't. So if you apply moisturizer every day, it'll keep your tan fresher and it'll keep it more even because it will distribute any of like the remnants of it. It'll distribute that and keep your skin more glowing. So what I have some recommendations for self-tanners for very fair skin. These are the ones that I've tried. These are the ones that have worked really well for me. Obviously people can tell when I fake tan because I'm very pale one day and not pale the next day, but they're not such dramatic changes that, you know, you look like you've bathed in fake tan. Like, they're definitely a nice gradual change, and the more you apply these tanners, the more tan you'll get. I find applying it twice a week is all that I need, especially if you're starting earlier. I started applying fake tan at the beginning of April, and now it's mostly real tan. I don't have to fake tan as much, but I like to be more tan going into summer. So the first one that I'm going to recommend is if you're very, very fair. And this one is by Dove, and it's the Dove Derma Spa Summer Revived, and it's for fair to medium skin. So this self tanner is specifically made for you to look like more glowy, I want to say. Like, it's Summer Revived in the name, and it's not meant to make you look like you've just been laying out in the sun. It's supposed to give you a nice glow. It's really good for winter if you want to just give yourself a glow. This winter I got really, really pale. We didn't get a lot of sun, and it seemed to last a long time, and so I used this one, and it's honestly probably the best one that I've ever used. The only issue is that you can't get it in Canada or the United States. You have to order it online from the UK, but I will link the website that I get it from below, and it's free shipping, and it gets to you within like 2 weeks, and it's only $12. $12 Canadian, and that's including taxes and everything like that. This is definitely one if you're really, really fair, and if you're really new to fake tanning. You can't really mess up with it. It's a clear cream. Like, obviously it's all really gross now, but it goes on very clear. It's almost like a lotion, and even if it's applied more in certain places, you're not going to get patches. It's not going to be patchy. One leg might be more tan than the other, but you're not going to have orange patches, and if you forget to wash it off your hands, you're not going to have the orange streaks in between your fingers. So if you're new to fake tan and you're very fair like I am, I would recommend this one. You can't really go wrong with it. I mean, if you maybe applied it every single day for like 2 weeks, you will build up a deeper color, and then maybe you'll have, you know, white hands depending on if you've washed them or how far you go. But this one is pretty foolproof, I want to say, and it doesn't smell bad. It doesn't have that fake tan smell. It has just a nice lotion moisturizing smell. So the next one I'm going to recommend is by L'Oreal, and it's their Sublime Bronze Sun Self Tanning Lotion, and I have this in the shade medium. I tend to use this one when I already have a fake tan or I already have a natural tan. So what I did this year is I started off with the Dove one, and I used that for a couple weeks, and then when I wanted something a bit darker, I used this one. I find that this one lasts a lot longer, and it almost intensifies. I find like I'll do it at night, and then the next morning I'll have a really nice tan, but as the day goes on and as the next couple days, I find that it stays bright and it almost continues to develop. This one though, you really run the risk of being very, very orange. This is the one that gave me the wavy lines on my hand just from washing my hands after I've applied it. I guess I missed a spot, or wherever the soap was, it led there to be lines. If you don't wash your hands after applying this one, you're going to have bright orange hands, and everyone will know that you fake tan. It gets worse like in between your fingers, and it's not a very nice look, I guess you could say. This one you don't need a lot of because it's so, I guess it's very pigmented. It also is a cream, so it's very, very white, and you can't really see where you've applied it. So you have to be careful with this one. When you apply it to your arms, you need to make sure that you get every spot, because the next day it will visibly have a difference. You can buy it in the drugstore. I also get mine at Winners, and it's cheaper and it's everywhere. It doesn't have the nicest smell. It definitely smells very like sunscreen-like and kind of chemically. This is definitely like a classic fake tan. You're gonna smell like you put it on, and if you mess up, you will be able to see it, especially around like your ankles and your feet. Those places, you really need to make sure that you cover them evenly and that you fake tan your feet. Whatever you do, don't stop at your ankles. Always fake tan your feet. Just run your hand over it, because your feet are always going to be naturally tan. It's okay if they're not all like completely tan, because naturally in the sun they're not going to be, but you need to make sure that you cover your feet. Otherwise you're going to look like you have a really bad sock tan that is orange, unfortunately. So this one's a little bit more, I want to say, advanced, but it's still a really, really good choice. If you're looking for something deeper and you're more experienced with it, I'd go with this one. And finally, I have probably the scariest fake tan, and this is also by L'Oreal. This is the Sublime Bronze Luminous Bronzer, and it's also a self-tanning lotion, but this one is instant action. So this one is already bronze, so when you put it on, put a little bit on my hand. like when you put it on, it's already going to have a sheen to it. It's very shimmery and it's going to make you look tan. So this is a really good one to use in the morning. So if you're going out and you're wearing a skirt or a short sleeve dress, the best thing to do is you can use this one. You just need to really make sure that you've gotten all the areas. Although the good thing about this one is that you can see. So as you're putting it on your arms and on your legs, you can see the spots that you've reached. The only issue is that this dries very quickly, so you need to put it on, you need to rub it in and make sure you've got all the areas. The beauty of this one being pigmented though is that you can do little touch-ups, so once you've put all your fake tan on, it really needs to dry. Honestly, the best thing to do is just kind of like walk around your room a little bit, shut your window, your door, no one knows. And then let it soak in. Don't put clothes on right away. I really wouldn't wear white clothes after applying this one. The next day you could, because you're still going to have the shimmer and you're still going to have the deep bronze color, but right away I wouldn't wear white because it will probably come off on it. On the back it says that you can apply it 1 to 2 times a week to maintain your color. It says that you should apply it daily until you achieve the desired level of tan. I find that applying it once I'm at the level that I want, it is a really dark color. This one doesn't come in like light, medium, or dark. It's just the one color. So if you're really fair and you haven't tanned yet, I wouldn't recommend this one. But if it's during the summertime, then you definitely can. Sorry about my dog. I guess there's someone there. There's someone there. He's super vicious. Very vicious. If you've seen him, you know that he's not. So back to this one. It is definitely a really good choice if you already have a tan and you want something that's going to be really glowy and darken your color. This one's really good. Just make sure to apply it really evenly. You could use a tanning mitt. I've never used one. I've just never purchased one, but I've heard they're really like good to use and they help to spread out the tan really evenly, and you can avoid getting it in between your fingers and everything. You just need to make sure that you apply it to the backs of your hands. Otherwise you're going to have like a white mitt look going on. Don't think we want to do that. So next I just want to talk about some moisturizers that I find work really well to help you maintain your tan and keep the color looking fresh and give you that glowing complexion. I always find that my skin is a lot drier in the summer anyway due to all the heat, so having a really rich moisturizer always helps to make me feel more glowy and nice looking, I guess, my technical terms. So both of them are actually from Victoria's Secret. The first one is called Coconut Passion, and it's just a regular hydrating body lotion. And this one is vanilla and coconut, and it smells like a dream, and like you're just on an island and you have, you know, coconuts everywhere and white sandy beaches and everywhere that I really would love to be. And I find that this keeps its scent all day, so you smell fresh and you smell really clean. It does attract bugs, but that's just something that you have to live with in the summer. You gotta. It's just nothing you can do. So this is one of my favorite ones. I'm not usually a coconut person, honestly, but both of these products smell like coconut. And my body milk and my body spray smell like coconut. So I guess I can't really say I don't like coconut. I guess I don't like eating it. That's what I'll say. Anyway, so the final one that I'm going to talk about is also from Victoria's Secret. It also smells like coconut. And it is a body cream. It's their Luminous Perfecting Cream. So what I love about this one is it has shimmer in it. I always keep this thing on because I hate messes. So it looks like this. It just comes in a pot, but it has all sorts of like gold shimmer in it. So when you put it on, it gives you like a really beautiful glow to it. It's very subtle. Obviously you can see it on your hands after. You need to like wash them, otherwise you have like pure gold hands. But it looks amazing when you put it on your legs and on your arms. It just makes everything look perfected, I guess, which is the point. My camera cut out just at that last bit, so I'm just going to refilm the last bit of the video. But I brought my little munchkin here with me. Hello, say hi. So I was talking about the body cream, so it's super perfecting and it helps to even out your skin tone and give you a super nice glow. So basically those were all of my tips when it comes to fake tanning. Just exfoliate. I recommend doing it at night. pick a self tanner that works best for your body. So if you're a newbie, then the Dove one is really awesome, and if you already have a bit of a tan, then the L'Oreal ones are great as well. And then just moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. You can pick really cool ones with shimmer, or just stick to really hydrating ones. They'll just help to keep your tan fresh and keep the color super, super even. And that's all that I have for today's video. I'm gonna try and make more videos for the blog, but I can't promise anything because, you know, life gets busy. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Can you say goodbye? Say bye. Say goodbye. He hates me right now because I'm making him sit in here with me. So thank you so much, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.